Hello, I am back with another video. If you are wondering what is the best weapon to pick out of the 4-star weapons and the 5-star weapons that you will get at the start of the game, then I'm gonna answer it in this video. Without further ado, let's jump right into it. I will start with the 4-star weapons from the Follower milestone. We'll have a Ranger series weapon of our choice. Starting with the Broadblade, we'll have as option the Dauntless Evernight. This weapon increases your attack as long as your HP is above 80%. It also gives you a very minor HP restoration buff when you are below 15%, but unfortunately it has defense as a substat. This weapon is only good for Tauki as she has defense scaling. If you do not plan to build her, then I would suggest you do not pick this weapon. For gauntlets you have the Amity Accord, increasing attack by 20% and parry damage, as well as restoring some HP whenever you successfully parry. Fortunately, this weapon also has defense substat. The only character I could see being useful for is Yang Xin. Yang Xin has a very easy time parrying, and she also could use the defense substat as she is staying motionless while using her skill. It will help her survive better. If you do not plan to build Yang Xin, and if you intend to build her more as a support, then I would suggest you to not pick this weapon. Otherwise, it's pretty good outside of the 5-star option. For pistols, we have the Undying Flame, increasing the attack every 5 seconds as long as your character does not receive damage, and it can have 2 stacks. When you take damage, you are losing a stack and restoring 15 HP, and it also has base attack as substat. This weapon is very inconsistent. You not only need to stay 5 seconds without taking any damage to get a single stack, and you need to stay 10 seconds without taking damage for both of them, but also taking damage not only resets this timer, but also makes you lose a previously gained stack. So I would definitely not recommend this pistol for any character. You are way better using the other 4-star options, or even 5-star if you have it. Next we have the Rectifier, Jinzu Keeper. Whenever you cast an intro skill, you increase your attack and HP, and also has base attack as substat. This is good for Anchor and for Inlin, as long as you do not plan to go for the 5-star options, and if you do not plan to also go for the Battle Pass. It's a good 4th option to have. Finally, we have the Sword, Commando of Conviction. Whenever you are below 50% HP, you increase the damage of your heavy attacks, and your heavy attacks will also restore some HP. It also has base attack as a substat. This sword is only good for dungeon. If you plan to build her, then by all means go for this. Next, moving on to the 5-star options. For Broadblades, we have the Lustrous Rer. It increases the resonance liberation damage whenever you are using the resonance skill. This weapon unfortunately is just way weaker than Jian's weapon for every character. Also loses to Autumn Trace, the 4-star option at high refinements. However, Autumn Trace is obtainable only from the Battle Pass. That being said, this weapon can only be used by Calcharo at the moment, and it is the 3rd option if you do not have the Verdant Summit and you do not plan to pull for it, and if you do not plan to buy the Battle Pass. For gauntlets, we will have the Abyss Surges, which boosts resonance skill damage whenever you are using a basic attack, and boosts basic attack whenever you are using a resonance damage, and it has base attack as a substat. This is Ling Yang's weapon. Get it if you plan to build Ling Yang as your DPS, otherwise the other characters get minimal advantage from it. Moving on to pistols, we have Static Mist. When you are using your outro skill, the attack of your party members is increased by 10%. Also has base crit rate as substat. This is the best gun for Alto and for Mortefi. If you plan to go for either of them, I will suggest getting this pistol. For Rectifiers, we have Cosmic Ripples. Whenever you are using basic attack, it increases basic attack damage, and it also comes with basic attack as a substat. This can only be really used by Verina and by Z, but unfortunately the 4-star variation, which restores Concerto energy, is much better on them. As healers, keeping them on field as less as you can is much more important than trying to increase their attack. so I definitely do not recommend this 5-star weapon. Finally, we have the sword Emerald of Genesis. When the resonance skill hits a target, it increases the attack and can stack up to 2 times. It has base crit rate as a substat. Unfortunately, while this weapon is actually pretty good, but the characters that can use it are not. Danjin prefers the 4-star, the Command of Conviction, and Rover and Yang Yang are not the best characters in the game right now. That leaves only Sanhua, who it is a little paradoxical here. Because if you go for Sanhua, then you need Ling Yang to combine with her. But if you get Ling Yang and you plan to use him as the DPS, you want to go for his gauntlet. So right now this weapon has no particular usage, though this may change with the release of more characters. It is an actually really good weapon. That would be all. If you enjoyed the video, please consider liking and subscribing for more guides to come.